I'll show you how I set up the corral here, electric corral. What I've got is I've got the 1-inch electric fence ribbon, and I put it on a extension cord roll. This is 340 feet of ribbon. That's how it comes. That's a roll it comes in. And then I have a couple straps that I put around the fence stakes, and I use that one. This is my gate, so I just kind of, you pull this down here, right? There's your gate right there, okay? What I do with my poles is I cut these things down so I cut about, I don't know, maybe 10 inches off the top so that they're not too wide when I'm carrying them on top of the panniers. And then I use this little fence charger here, Powerfield's trail charger. This will run a mile of fence on 2 D-cell batteries for about 2 weeks, so it's more than enough out here. And then I take, this was like a full 6-foot grounding rod. I cut it down the same length as my fence posts, and I drive it down about halfway in the ground. Now, if you got real dry ground, you want to put some water around the base, make sure so it gets a good ground. It's been raining a lot here, so it's a good ground. It's fine here. I can the way I test the electric fence, I don't have it turned on now, but you can take a piece of grass and put it up here against the fence like this, and it'll pop, and you know you'll feel a little charge sometime in your hand too, but that's how you know it's working. They make little lights that hang off of these that light up when it's working too, but I mean, you don't really need that, I don't think. As long as, what I'll do is I'll go around and I'll take my saw or something and just kind of knock the grass down around so it's not on the fence, grounding it out. Another thing I like to do when I put the fence up is I like to put some part of it under a tree or a couple trees. That way if it does rain, the donkeys have got somewhere to get, out of the rain, out of the weather, and they'll stay up in here at night. I put turnouts on them at nighttime, orange turnouts. During rifle season, I leave the orange turnouts on them all day, just so they, somebody doesn't mistake them for an elk. I don't know how you could, but there's some idiots out there that might mistake my donkeys for an elk, and that'd be a bad day. So another thing I like to do, one time I had been out for about 10 days, and when I came back home and put the donkeys in the pasture, they went straight for the salt block, and they ate the salt block like they were just famished. So they obviously need salt. So I bring one of those small salt blocks when I come out. You can see they've already been eating on it. And here's a game bag I lay out here. What I do in the afternoons, it's been down around in the upper 30s, lower 40s at night. There's been frost on the ground out here. It's September the 8th right now. We get a little frost at night down here. We're at about 10,000 feet, so I'll give them a couple handfuls of oats right before I turn in at night, and it does a couple things. Gives them a little bit extra energy, but the oats are pretty hot, and so they'll keep them warm at night when you give them those oats. Kind of ferment in them, I guess. I don't know, but oats kind of keep them warm at night. So I mean, I'll bring a gallon Ziploc bag full of oats is about all I bring, or a coffee can or whatever, and that's usually plenty. I'll give them a granola bar or two, during the day, just as a little boost of energy or something. But that's about all I'll do for them, and they stay in here just fine. The good thing about this corral is if they do eat this down, they'll eat it down in about they'll eat this little bit here down. In 3-4 days I'll have it eaten down, but then I can just pick it up and move it. I can move it over there, over here. We're real close to a creek, so I'll go down, and let me show my water bladder down here that I use. Or it's called a kitchen sink. It's just like a soft side water, I guess a bladder, or I don't know what you want to call it, but this is what I just fill up at the creek, and then it's 5 gallons, and the donkeys will drink. They'll drink about that much a day, and as you can see, I need to fill it back up again. But this is what I fill up during the day, this water right here. So I'll fill this up now, and they'll drink. Well, I filled this up yesterday, and here's how much is left. So they've drank almost 5 gallons in a day. So usually about 5 gallons a day. 2.5 gallons a donkey is what they'll drink. So I'll go down to the creek. The creek is just right behind me here, so not too bad. But that's how I give them water during the day too. And if you can, you know, put your fence over a water source like a creek, that'd be ideal. They can get water when they want. But in this case, I've got these alders and lots of grass in here. It's just not possible to put the fence over all that stuff. It's just too much grass. So it's easy to haul it 20 feet from the creek. That's how I keep them in the corral while I'm out hunting. There they are right now in the picket.